Okay, thank you, and hello from my side. I heard it's the last presentation before the lunch break, so I won't take you up too long because I think people are getting hungry. But today, in my presentation, I would like to talk about how a modern approach on a building management system can look like, and I'm quite happy that we have seen already some of the solution in the presentations before, because the approach from Samsung side is also that we want to deliver a platform that can combine different solutions, different products, different devices, different aspects. So in general, for building management systems, I think there are well proven studies how building management systems can achieve operational efficiency, can achieve cost savings in terms of energy reductions, and so on. So typically there can be around 30% of energy reductions by using building management systems. But generally what we also see in the market, that a lot of these systems that have been installed 10 or 20 years ago, that they're already outdated in terms of the features that they can provide and in terms of the modernity that they can provide. When we look at the market on what's typically requested in building management systems and enterprise IoT systems, we see typically always to come out at the top of all the requested use cases is the energy management as the number one priority. So this is the majority of use cases and features that is requested from the market itself. And apart from that, there's a few more features: predictive maintenance, operational efficiency, also security, that are usually requested heavily when BMS systems are come into play for new buildings. So ideally, a building management system would need to include all these features. And we have Samsung. We have an own solution which was introduced into the market since last year. I think last year at IFA in Berlin was the first time that we presented SmartThings Pro for the European market. In Korea and in Asia, it has been existing for a while longer. But generally, it builds on our existing platform solutions, mainly the SmartThings platform, which we also have seen in the short video before, which is in the market for around 10 years. And SmartThings Pro is now a dedicated B2B platform for building infrastructure and B2B customers. So the main pillars of the solutions are integrated control, which means basically everything should be controllable for one interface. So either despite what it connects, be it energy management systems like the energy storage systems, PV installations, or even the blinds and other installations, everything should be controlled through one platform ideally. As well, it should also provide a remote and autonomous operation, meaning basically it can be accessed from anywhere through your own device, which means by using a flexible interface, you can just log in through any of your devices as long as you have an account and as long as you have the access. So you can either access it from a PC, from a laptop, or a tablet. Phone would also be possible theoretically, although it might be a bit too small to actually use it properly. Lastly, the energy management, one of the most important pillars, as seen before, is one of the most requested features in terms of building management systems. So all in all, it always should contribute to environmental goals and to reduce the energy consumption in the building. So how is Samsung approaching this topic? All of the Samsung devices that are being sold in the market nowadays from Samsung are fully Wi-Fi compatible, meaning all of these can be connected to the platform. without further issues. They're all connectable through Wi-Fi. But apart from that, from a Samsung ecosystem as well, we have a grown SmartThings ecosystem, which has been around for the last 10 years and has been growing ever since. So nowadays there's a few thousand compatible devices in the platform already integrated, and SmartThings Pro also utilizes those integrated devices. And nowadays it has become much more easy to onboard new devices into the platform, namely by using some communication standards like the Matter standard, which Samsung has been launching and developing ever since, along with some other big IoT players like Google, also Amazon, and is heavily also investing in this initiative. So, for example, if you have seen the blinds from the previous presentation, which is also using the Matter standard, and you really like those designs, you can easily integrate them also into the SmartThings and SmartThings Pro platform to have it part of your project. But there are also a few other possibilities to connect to other systems and to other devices. SmartThings Pro uses an enterprise API, meaning if you have an existing platform that you're already using, you can use our enterprise API to transport any data from connected devices or any features into your environment that you're already using, or an environment that you're creating on your own. There's also a few more possibilities to connect. Basically, that would depend on project scopes, customer requirements. You can use certain gateways, certain modules, BACnet or Modbus or any other gateways from large IoT providers. Those can be used to connect to other third-party devices. Just to highlight on some of the features and what it can do. So usually you would start with having like a map overview of all the locations that you have connected to the system. So SmartThings Pro at the core tries to make possible multi-site management. So you would have a map with an overview of all the connected locations, and you have some color coding which show you if there's anything wrong at one of the sites. So typically if there's a red name, a red color, you would see, okay, there's an error code, and from there you can drill down a bit further on the specific location and into specific devices to see what might have been broken down before you send technicians to one of the locations to see on site what is wrong. So ideally you'd have the opportunity to order some spare parts before you send out technicians. What it can do to provide different automations and different routines. SmartThings Pro uses the Node-RED logic editor, which is nowadays the industry standard for automating processes and devices in a building. So Home Assistant, for example, also uses the same logic, and with this system you can create easy or more complex scenarios on what should happen at which time. So, for instance, if you have a building that opens at 8 o'clock in the morning, you can create certain commands that a certain temperature or certain devices should be on at 8 o'clock in the morning and shut down at 8 o'clock in the evening, for instance. But it can also be more complex routines and automations. In terms of energy management and also in terms of AI that is being used, yes, we at Samsung we are using this as well. So in SmartThings Pro, there's in total 7 energy algorithms and AI tools that are available. And just to name a few examples, you have the possibility to optimize the pricing levels of your buildings, meaning if you have some dynamic tariff rates, be it fully dynamic tariffs that change on 15-minute basis, or hourly tariffs or night and day tariffs, you can with this algorithm you can have it optimized so your energy consumption in the building is as low as possible. Similar algorithms are also available that have different targets and goals. So there's also another AI algorithm that maximizes the comfort level for people inside the building. And for this model, there are certain parameters that are taken into account, like insulation level, activity levels, outdoor weather, outdoor temperature, indoor temperature, humidity level, and these kind of things to create an optimal comfort in the building. There's also the possibility for preheating, pre-cooling, also some possibility to detect inefficiencies whenever there's some anomalies occurring in the consumption data. So if you have certain spikes in consumptions suddenly, then the system will also give you a notification that there might be something wrong or broken. So just to give a few more examples on what the building management system can offer, we also have the possibility to create a heat map of a store, for instance. So with different sensors being connected, you can know at which part of your store, if it's like a retail store, at which area there's a high density of customers being located, which can then be used to optimize your HVAC system. We at Samsung also provide HVAC systems, but we're also compatible with third-party providers. And through this heat map, you have the opportunity to optimize those systems. You can also, if you see there's certain customers in certain locations in your store, you can also use the Samsung Galaxy watches for task management. So you can give a signal to employees. There's a customer at ILB which needs support, so you can send also your staff to a certain part of the buildings. So all this is possible. In terms of software and applications that are being used, there are certain forms available. Obviously, for the manager, they would have, let's say, the main dashboard available for their use to have all the data at one glance. But there's also the possibility for residents inside, let's say, built to rent homes. They can use the SmartThings platform, like the original B2C platform, which was created a while ago. They can use SmartThings to optimize and use smart home features. And then you have SmartThings Pro on the top to give an, let's say, aggregated management tool. There's also an own app for installers to quickly onboard a large number of devices. So the installers, they have an own app which has an overview on all the devices that can be connected. And just by clicking the device category and scanning QR codes, if it's a Wi-Fi compatible product, you can quickly onboard new devices into the system. That being said, there's also an own application for visitors or guests. So whenever, for let's say an Airbnb project, there's visitors coming, they can simply scan a QR code to access some smart home functionality. So you don't need to actually download an own app, which is quite a pain if you arrive somewhere and the first thing you have to do is download a new app. So for giving an overview for the building itself, there's an option to scan the floor plan of the buildings. So be it through PDF files or some other more professional files, you can upload a 2D plan, and the system will render a 3D model of different floors. And from there, you can customize it to any sort of outlay that you would like, and simply match the connected devices per drag and drop order to place connected devices to the area where they are being placed. So yeah, this is typically the kind of dashboard you would have, fully customizable. You can switch it, make some tiles bigger or smaller by drag and drop. So this is quite intuitive. So we have a quick overview on all the operational data that you need for your building. There's also the possibility to dig down deeper into different devices. So, for instance, for displays, you'd have the option to see what is actually being displayed at one of the screens, which is quite useful if you operate different stores throughout the city, and some staff reports a problem with a screen. You can also see remotely what's being displayed there, and you'd see all the technical data necessary. Last thing, I mean, I talked a bit about Samsung devices, but overall, SmartThings and SmartThings Pro especially is highly compatible to a lot of other brands and devices out there, which has been growing ever since. So be it from ABB, Schneider Electric, Legrand, or some other major IoT players, there's almost for every category some compatible device. And if it's not already in the platform, then usually there are also some other ways on how to connect those. All right, I think that's it for my part. So if you're interested, we also have a great local Samsung team, of course, which you can always connect to. Yeah, they're waving. And also feel free to reach out anytime.